Today is June 28th, 2018. My name is Joe Todd. This is an interview with James Walker Martin in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Sir, where were you born?
Haskell, Oklahoma.
And when's your birthday?
February 17th, 1970.
1970. Who is your father?
Freddie Walker Martin.
And your mother?
Leanne Yarbrough.
Leanne Yarbrough.
Both at Haskell.
Yeah. Did you go through school at Haskell?
Yes, sir.
What year did you graduate?
88.
What do you play sports in high school?
Yes, I played football, wrestled, stuff like that. I think it's someone else.
Who is your favorite teacher?
Ooh, probably my music teacher in elementary school. Well, I take that back. Favorite all-time teacher would have to be a guy named Martin Parks.
What's his name?
Martin Parks.
Martin Parks.
Martin Parks.
What did he teach?
History, social studies, and junior high, but he was our junior high football coach in 7th grade and wrestling coach all through junior high. And yeah, so Martin.
Why was he your favorite teacher?
Well, for me personally, my freshman year, I was wrestling for Coach Parks during the season, and my father, my biological father, died. He committed suicide, and the first person who showed up at my house was Martin Parks. Mm-hmm. So, and we've been close ever since. Vietnam vet, medic, I believe. Hall of Fame wrestling coach.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's my guy.
What did you do for recreation in high school?
Oh, raised hell, really. No, like I said, a lot of sports, social activities, Key Club, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, just kind of whatever. I mean, I wasn't super popular, but I wasn't. I was right there at the bottom of the cool kids, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Decent athlete. You know, not bad life.
What did you do after high school?
I went to Haskell Indian Junior College at the time in Lawrence, Kansas. Took some classes, mainly just played football. Had a good time, met a lot of really cool people. Not a lot of direction back then, you know. I had no clue, you know, no clue what I wanted to be or what I was want to be. I still don't know what I want to be. I think I might have missed my mark already, but you know. But yeah, pretty good town to live in, you know. Regular stuff, riding around the back roads, going fishing, you know, hunting, stuff like that.
Now, did you enlist or were you drafted?
Oh, enlisted.
And when did you enlist?
1990.
1990. You recall the date you enlisted?
No, but I went in, I want to say like November 14th.
Okay.
Enlisted a couple months before that.
Yeah. Now, where'd you go for your basic training?
Fort Knox, Kentucky.
Tell me about basic.
At the time, because it was the Desert Shield buildup, there was starting to be some tension over there, so they, instead of having regular basic and then AIT, they combined us. I was in 19 kilo M1A1s, so they combined us in what they call OSIT, one station unit.
Now, you were in tanks?
Mhm.
Is that the Abrams tank?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
And they had what they called OSIT. So instead of having 8 weeks, you know, of basic, we had 4 months of basic with the AIT combined.
4 months of basic?
Mm-hmm.
4
So
months.
it's 4 months of training, but it was like basic because there was no break. Usually you had your 8 weeks of, you know, everybody riding you pretty good.
Yeah.
Then you graduated and got to go to your school, your AIT, your training, and it's, you know, more like you're in the service and just doing your job. Now we were like in basic the whole time.
Okay.
So it was interesting, but it got us ready quick.
What's the crew of the Abrams tank?
That's a 4-man crew. You have
Four-man crew.
a tank commander, a gunner, a loader, and a driver.
And you were trained to do what in the Abrams?
Starting out, everybody loads. That's the first thing it teaches you to do. You gotta get that down, you gotta be pretty quick. Once you get that down, you start driving a little bit, if you have the aptitude for it. And plus, I mean, if you can't load a lick and you can drive a little bit, they'll probably switch you off. You'll kind of do it where your aptitude is. After that, after, you know, a couple of years of training, stuff like that, you can move up to a gunner slot if aptitude applies and you can hit something. Didn't quite make it there. I was just starting to train up as a gunner when I got out. So when I was active in the desert, I was loading and driving.
Okay.
So
Now, after your training there at Fort Knox, where'd you go?
Fulda, Germany.
Germany.
Got stationed in the 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment.
Fulda, Germany?
Mhm.
And what unit were you with?
First the 11th ACR, the Black Horse.
11th Armored Cavalry Regiment.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What'd you do in the 11th Cavalry? In the 11th Cav?
I was in the Alpha Company, First Squadron, tank platoon.
What'd you do in Germany?
Trained a lot of training. My unit was no border unit. They were on the Czech border before the wall came down. After the wall came down, we had nothing to do but train until Desert Storm.
Okay. Now, what was the attitude of the local people in Germany towards you?
Overall, pretty positive. You know, for the most part, they welcomed us and accepted us and understood why we were there. Some of the younger Germans, like teenagers at that time, this is early 90s, resented us still being there a little bit. And I could get that because, you know, to them, there wasn't a threat anymore. There was no need for us to be there still, you know, in that sense, because, you know, they didn't need protection from Czechoslovakia anymore or anything like that. So they just, you know, kind of want to do it themselves.
Now, what part of Germany is Fulda located?
Fulda is southeastern,
Okay.
towards the bottom, way south of Frankfurt. And like I said, over there towards the Czech border, and what they call the Fulda Gap
Yeah.
was a valuable piece of terrain that we always thought that if Russia was going to come into Germany through that area, it would have to come through the Fulda Gap. So that's what they were trained to defend all the time.
Now, did you meet the Russians after the wall came down?
Not me personally.
Yeah.
Several of the guys I was stationed with, because I got there like 6 months right after the wall came down, so they had all the handshaking and hoo-ah, you know, before I got there. So, but I talked to a lot of guys who talked to the Soviets about planes and stuff like that.
Okay. And you in Germany how long?
3 years.
3 years. Okay. Now, did you go to Iraq or Kuwait?
No, we went to, well, we did go to Kuwait. We went to Saudi Arabia first for a couple of days to acclimatize,
Okay.
and then we flew into Kuwait City, and that's where we were at the whole time. We would go up to the Iraq border, but we never crossed in. We would always stay this side of it.
Now, where'd you go in Arabia?
Saudi Arabia, to a point unknown, an undisclosed location. It was an airfield with 4 Kwanzaa huts, and that was all. We dropped down, stepped off, went in Kwanzaa huts, the plane took off. We sit there for a couple of days, drinking water and getting used to 130-degree heat. Another plane, we came in on a commercial airliner. Then the C-140 comes in a couple of days later, picks us up, takes us to Kuwait. So we drop in Kuwait City, and I sit at a base called Camp Doha at the time.
Camp
Doha.
Doha?
It's not there anymore. We blew it up.
Okay. And did you have your tanks there in Arabia?
Roger that. There was tanks already on site.
Okay.
Basically, when Desert Storm, the fighting part was over, the 100-hour war part,
Yeah.
everybody pulled up, parked them, jumped out, left them just sitting there. Hatches open, I mean, just sitting there. So we got there and had to clean them up a little bit and get them ready to fight. So,
And then you flew into Kuwait?
yeah.
What'd you do in Kuwait City, in Kuwait?
In Kuwait, we established Camp Doha, pulled guard on the camp, had to provide quick reaction force for the people on guard, and then we had always had a squadron up patrolling the Iraq border. So,
Now,
We
you were
were
there
busy.
after the war was over?
Mhm.
Okay.
right
What-
after.
What was the reaction of the Kuwaiti people to you?
Oh, they were very happy. They were happy we were there, thankful, very grateful, because, I mean, Iraq just basically came and had their way with them. So,
Camp Doha is located where in Kuwait?
Right outside Kuwait City,
Okay.
over towards the Gulf, towards the point.
Do you still have your tanks with you? The M1, you have the Abrams tank from
Roger that.
Kuwait?
Yes, sir.
And you said you went to the Iraqi border?
Mhm. Yeah, that was the 11's whole purpose of being there.
Yeah.
Was to protect Kuwait City and patrol the border, patrol between Kuwait City and the Iraq border, and make sure nobody came through.
Okay. Did you go by the highway of death?
Yes.
What did you think when you saw
How it
it?
helped. It was pretty awesome. Quite a bit of destruction. We went through there, and I talked to one of the guys that was a first Cav guy that was there, and they rolled up and laid hay. But yeah, so been through there and talked to some boys who blew it all to hell. So yeah, interesting spot. I never seen a place with 10,000 people all died at one time though.
So what was your job in the Abrams at that time in Kuwait?
Loader. When I first got there, I was loading, but I'd switch off driving sometimes too.
What size gun do you have on the Abrams?
105. Smooth bore.
Okay. Oh, it's a smooth bore.
Mhm.
Oh. Okay.
No, not 105. I'm sorry, 120.
120?
Yeah,
Okay.
105 was the first one I had.
Okay. Now who pulled maintenance on your tank?
It depended, like pulling air packs and stuff like that, because we had to clean the air handlers out or the packs all the time. That was us. Anything major, it was usually on the maintenance crew if it's with the jetpack itself, because Abrams ran on a jetpack.
Okay.
It's basically a jetpack with sprockets slaved to it.
Now what's a jetpack?
Is it diesel powered, like turbine jetpack that would be in some planes? Only they made it work for the vehicle. That's why it could run as fast as it could.
Yeah.
So it was pushing it.
Okay. And did you have any trouble with the Iraqis while you were over there?
No, they did not poke their head up one time. They were pretty done right then. I mean, let's be honest. They just seen one of the most amazing, shows of force, and we dropped a bomb there, Hiroshima. So ain't nobody lit it up like that in a long time.
Yeah.
And so they were pretty done.
What's your most vivid memory of Kuwait?
July 11th, 91, Doha Dash. Little known friendly fire incident.
What happened?
Covered it up. Second squadron had been on border patrol and just rolled in to the motor pool and were still uploaded with all their ammo. Every vehicle was still hot, and had what they call a Cat V, I think they called it. And it was an ammo carrier for the 115 howitzer. Kind of looked like a howitzer rig without the gun. It's like a Quonset hut with wheels. And they'd pull up next to the howitzer and run a belt over there and throw them extra ammo when they ran out of shells. Well, this son of a bitch had a heater malfunction. A heater motor caught fire and caught the stuff in the engine compartment on fire. A little grease got hot. Cats around with a bucket of water. Throw water on the grease fire. Fire spreads. I'm over in the motor pool across the road, and we're pulling maintenance on our tank. And we see smoke coming up, and we know it's probably not a great idea. And then we hear, they're like, first squadron, clear the motor pool, evacuate momentarily. We're just kind of locking everything up, no big deal. Then we hear boom, boom, like a far off kind of boom, boom. Powder bags that put behind the howitzer rounds start cooking off in there. So the smoke's getting a little more, we're stepping a little quicker. And the motor pool's here, the second one's over here, and then there's a concrete wall around this whole part of the camp. There's a little strip of desert between the other set of walls that went around our barracks and stuff like that, where everybody was staying at. And then we started hearing small arms cook off in the cab, like ping, 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 ping. So we got the powder bags cooking, small arms cooking. It's like, probably not good. And we just getting past the edge of the motor pool. I'm probably about 50 yards, a little more from where the Cat V is. And my tank commander, was making a joke with another guy. Said, "Hey, Turbo," his kid's nickname. Said, "Stop, rock and roll." But at the time, boom, everything just shook. And you turn around, and all you could see was fire about as wide. I mean, as wide and high as you could see was just fire and shit coming at you. And when I say shit, I mean PC doors, everything's flying at us. So concussion kind of knocks me to the ground, and there's two guys over here that I don't know. My guys are over here, and I kind of get knocked down, pop back up because concussion just kind of knocked us down. Look back, stuff is flying, not hitting us. So we scrap up, take off running, get through the next wall, past the little desert barrier, into the next compound. We're around the corner, so the rest of the camp's over there. They don't know what's going on. All they hear is stuff blowing up, heavy. And so half of our people have been pulling guard. So they're all in the barracks. We come running in, and had a guy jump in. He's like, "Is it them? Is it them?" I'm like, "F no, it's us." And it's like, "What?" And it's boom, boom, and rounds start cooking. Howitzer rounds, cooking, shooting up. And then it catches the next Cat V on fire. The rounds in it start cooking. So we got 155 rounds flying like Roman candles. Every direction. People just scattering. Turns out, and they're trying to stay in the barracks. And it's just boom, 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 stuff flying through the ceiling because we're just in giant warehouses that they converted into barracks. So no real protection there. I mean, and this stuff's just raining through the roof. And we're underneath the bunks, and I'm looking at my tank commander who I can't even stand. And I'm like, "Hey, I'm with you. You know, I wouldn't have followed this dude nowhere, but that day I'm following him anywhere." And so we're underneath the bunks, and we're like, you know, stay in your barracks. And we're close. We're like 3 buildings over from where everything's blowing up. We're too close to the motor pool. And I'm trying to tell them, like, it's us. We gotta get. I mean, everything's blowing up in the motor pool. We gotta go. So grab protective masks, Kevlars, boom, hit the door. Look out, and this is where the Doha Dash came from, because you've seen roughly 4,000 dudes all running the same direction. It's 140, and we're all getting it. And if you thought you wanted to slow down for a minute, because it's 140 and you're getting tired, the next round would cook off, boom, and you grab a gear. You find some new strength. Problem was, we could only run so far. That made us. There's a UN compound at the end of our compound. We all went down there, jumped the fence, and got down there and tried to make us muster right there. But where the UN compound is from where the motor pool is maybe not a mile, you know, maybe a mile and a quarter, mile and a half at the most. And we still got howitzer rounds, just pew, pew. Well, then the howitzers get over here and catch the tanks on fire, so we got tank rounds start cooking too. And this goes on for about 5 hours. And we're all just standing down there waiting on something to drop on us, you know.
Were you in a bunker or anything?
No, they made us muster. We're just out in the open. The Union compound was just another version of us.
Yeah.
You know, they just put a fence between us and said we can't cross it until that day. You know.
How far was the Doha Dash? How far did you run?
Probably, like I said, mile.
Mile.
Probably about a mile. And we're stuck. We're just stuck.
Were there any injuries?
Yeah. That's fatalities.
Oh, there were fatalities?
Fatalities. That day and on the cleanup. Had some EOD people get killed, clearing some woundeds. At E7 had a 155 round just cook off in his hands. We was out pulling patrol because because second couldn't go pull patrol no more because they blew their whole motor pool up. So we got stuck out on the next patrol and we were out there. We found out E7 and 2 privates got killed disposing of us and that stuff.
Why don't you ever hear about that?
Because they messed up. And plus, all the depleted uranium, I'm pretty sure that was in the tank armor on second that got blew up, put a lot of crap in the air and in the dust. So, and the half-life on DU is, I don't know, what, 1,000 years or some crap. So, Yeah, that's why Camp Doha got shut down, and there's a new camp now because they had to move that bitch out because it was contaminated. No one's gonna tell you that, but
You were in Kuwait how long?
7 months
7 months. Then from Kuwait, where'd you go?
back to Germany.
Back to Germany. To Fulda? And you were in Germany how long?
3 years.
3 years. What's your most vivid memory of Germany?
Probably shooting gunneries at Grafenwehr.
I'm sorry?
Shooting gunneries at Grafenwehr is a training window,
okay.
live round shooting. And I had I was on some Soldier of the Month boards, Regimental Soldier of the Year. I got to that for a little bit. Did some old NATO training, some cross training with some other the Dutch Army. Matter of fact, there was a bunch of countries there, and I just got paired with the Dutch. But pretty good boys. A little loose. They run a loose ship over there, but.
And when did you come back to the States?
93.
1993.
Into 93.
You recall the month you came back?
October.
Were you discharged then?
Yes. Got out early. They were downsizing and shutting down some units in Germany. So, and if you weren't staying in, they'd cut you loose a little early.
Okay. And you came back to Haskell?
Yes, sir.
What'd you do after you got your discharge?
Nothing for a little bit. Went back to truck driving school. I'd already driven trucks before I went in the Army. So I started driving when I got out. I just fell back in the oil field. I was going to go back to college and finish a degree and everything, but, had a wife and 2 kids at the time. And just kind of went back to work. And I was making pretty good money, oil and natural gas stuff.
Would you join the Army again?
Oh, yeah, in a minute.
I'd like to do a word association. I'll give you some words and you give me your reaction.
Okay.
First one is basic training.
Challenging.
M1 Abrams.
Awesome.
Fulda, Germany.
Fun.
Kuwait.
Enlightening.
The Doha Dash.
Frightening.
Saddam Hussein.
Dead.
George Bush.
Not a bad guy.
How do you want to be remembered?
As someone who cared. Cared about his family, cared about his country, cared about people.
Where'd you meet your wife?
I'm getting divorced right now, but oh yeah, and I've been married 3 times. So my first wife though, I met in high school. That's pretty instant.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a freshman and I was a junior. But yeah.
Well, sir, this is a very good interview.
Thanks.
Anything else you want to talk about?
No.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for your service and thank you for the interview.
Yes, sir.
And again, this is June 28th, 2018. My name is Joe Todd. This has been an interview with James Walker Martin in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Thank you.